would say the most shocking thing to me was when I got here, when I got to Baltimore, and I sort of established myself as I'm going to be the education investigative reporter in this area. I had people come to me, teachers, administrators in North Avenue, and there's many of them that see what's going on and want to speak out, but they want to be anonymous because they don't want to lose their jobs. And they would come to me and they would say, you need to understand when you're looking into all of this that the most important thing in the school system is not educating kids. The most important thing in the school system is the data, because the data leads to money, the $1.7 billion. Yes. So to hear people tell me that was something I didn't want to believe. And 8 years later, sitting in this chair, I think that in the 250 pages of this book, we lay out how that's actually true. Wow. How the school systems, I had a teacher come to me in Baltimore City Schools, been there for 20 years. And what she said to me was, and her name's Dana Casey, she's in this book. She says that the school system's priority is not educating students, it's passing students. So what does that mean? What that means is that when you pass a kid, you're moving them to the next grade. Yep. And it doesn't matter what their educational outcome is. It doesn't matter if they've mastered the current grade that they're in. It doesn't matter what their grades are, their attendance records. You move them to the next grade because you continue to get the funding for that kid. And as a teacher who was in that school system for 20 years, her argument is that the school system doesn't care if the kids learn. The school system cares the kids are in the seat at least once a year so they can get the funding, and they care about the $1.7 billion. And that sounds harsh, right? But let's go back to what we just talked about. 90% of the kids in the school system are not proficient in math. How do you get there? How do you get to 90% of kids in that school system are not proficient in math unless that teacher's actually right? It's not about learning. It's not about educating. It's about passing, and it's about money.